All right, let's get into it. You've got your passport ready, your tickets are booked, and you are just counting down the days until that amazing international trip. But have you stopped to think about what happens if something goes wrong, like a real medical emergency when you're thousands of miles from home? That's exactly what we're going to demystify today. I mean, this is the feeling we're all after, right? The excitement, the adventure, the freedom. But being truly prepared is about more than just booking the flight. It's about making sure you're protected if the unexpected happens, because honestly, that's what lets you really relax and soak it all in. And this quote, wow, it hits the nail on the head. It points to a super common and, let's be real, a pretty dangerous assumption. So many of us just think, oh, my health plan from back home has got me covered. But the truth is, that coverage can stop dead at the border, leaving you totally exposed to what could be massive medical bills. It's a huge blind spot for so many of us. So here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this head on. First, we'll dig into the travel insurance gap and why your regular plan probably isn't enough. Then we'll talk about your international safety net. After that, we are going to decode the core benefits so you know what you're actually getting. We'll even navigate the fine print without it being a headache. And finally, we'll answer the big one. What's the real cost? Okay, first up, the travel insurance gap. Let's really break down why that plan you rely on at home might just leave you high and dry when you need it the most overseas. So how do you plug that gap? Well, that's where you find your safety net. It's a specific kind of plan called travel medical insurance. You can think of it like a specialist policy. It's literally built just for the kinds of risks you face when you're away from home. And the first choice you have to make is actually surprisingly simple. It really just comes down to one question. Are you traveling to or even just through the United States? If the answer is yes, you're going to be looking at a plan like Patriot America. If all your travels are completely outside the US, then Patriot International is the one for you. Simple as that. Okay, so you know which type of plan to look for, but what are you actually getting for your money? This is where you see the real value, so let's decode some of these core benefits. Let's start with a huge one, $1 million, for emergency medical evacuation. Just imagine for a second, you're hiking somewhere remote, you get seriously hurt. This benefit covers the absolutely massive cost of getting you to a proper hospital. We're talking about the kind of protection that can literally save you from financial ruin. And the coverage thinks about your family too. Say you're traveling with your kids and you get so sick or injured you end up in the hospital. This benefit, up to $50,000, covers getting your children home safely. For any parent, that kind of peace of mind is just invaluable. And what about the trip itself that you paid for? Well, if a covered medical emergency forces you to cut your trip short and go home, trip interruption can pay you back for the non-refundable parts of your trip you're going to miss out on. We're talking up to $5,000. So it protects your health and your wallet. And this slide really shows you how deep the coverage goes. It's way more than just the big medical emergencies. We're talking about practical help for stuff like a sudden, painful dental issue, your luggage getting lost, or even getting you out of a country if political unrest breaks out. It's like a comprehensive shield for all sorts of travel hiccups. Okay, now let's get into the mechanics a little bit. I know, this part might seem a bit technical, but trust me, understanding two key terms, deductibles and coinsurance, is absolutely crucial for picking the right plan for your budget. So let's start with the first word you are going to see everywhere. What in the world is a deductible? It's actually pretty straightforward. The deductible is simply the amount of money you have to pay out of pocket for your medical bills before the insurance plan starts to kick in and pay for things. And you can usually choose your deductible from a whole range of options, anywhere from $0 all the way up to something like $2,500. And the choice you make there directly affects how much you pay for the plan. It's a trade-off. If you choose a really low deductible, that means you'll pay less out of your own pocket in an emergency, but you're going to pay a higher price for the plan itself. On the flip side, if you choose a higher deductible, your monthly premium is lower, but you're agreeing to cover more of that initial cost if something does happen. Now, after you've paid your deductible, the great thing about these plans is they often cover 100% of the eligible expenses after that, so you don't have to worry about coinsurance or splitting bills. So, this all leads to the big question on everyone's mind, right? How much does this protection actually set you back? Let's take a look at a real-world snapshot. So, check this out. For a 35-year-old traveler with a pretty standard $250 deductible, you can see a plan with $1 million limit could cost you around $44 a month. Now, when you weigh that against a potential 6 or even 7-figure medical bill, yeah, the value becomes incredibly clear. Of course, your exact price is going to be unique to your trip. These right here are the key factors that all go into calculating your premium: your age, where you're headed, the coverage limit and the deductible you choose, and, of course, how long you'll be traveling. And in the end, it all comes back to this. It's about being able to just fully immerse yourself in the experience, to explore that new city, to be totally present, knowing that you have this powerful safety net in place. It really is about trading worry for true peace of mind. So as you get ready for that next amazing journey, don't just ask yourself, am I covered? The real question, the important one, is right here. When you're thousands of miles from everything you know, how well are you really protected?